Welcome to Fashionable Trash Talk. I'm your host, Ashley Aaliyah. Here I analyze and discuss the fashion of celebrities and anyone influential. Hi, welcome to Fashionable Trash Talk with your host, Ashley Aaliyah. Today, I will be doing another YouTube request from one of my favorite subscribers who always comments on my stuff and we engage, Stanley Ellis 2987. I love them. They always are on my comments and just encouraging me even before I started recording my actual face. So they are always in my comments telling me who to do. A lot of these requests are from them. So today I am doing Muni Long. So to be 100% honest, Muni Long is not someone that I necessarily pay attention to, mostly because I couldn't stand that hour to hour song. And what was the Made for, what was it? Made for Me? Didn't really care. Okay, so Muni Long is someone who I can acknowledge is talented. The talent is clearly there. Can sing and is an artist, but I don't particularly listen to. Like, y'all may want to tussle me over this, like Tank. I don't like Tank, but I can acknowledge that he is talented, but he wouldn't necessarily be someone that I listen to. That's kind of like the box that I kind of put Muni Long in. I don't really care for her music. Also the songwriting. I can acknowledge that she's good at it, but out of all Rihanna's songs, I don't like California King Bed. And that's one of the ones that she has, that she wrote. And so it's not just to like, oh, you just don't like that one song. It's just like, not a person I'm really a fan of, but like I said, I will acknowledge that she is talented. She has a Grammy. She has been nominated for other Grammys. So again, can acknowledge that I'm not a hater. I'm just saying that if I wasn't requested to do her, I probably wouldn't do her. Okay, so let's do an overview of Muni Long. So what I do know about her though is that her original name is, well, her name is Priscilla, but when I say original name, I mean she originally came out underneath her name Priscilla Hamilton. And she was pretty because she got some work done to her face, which I don't think she should have did because I like her original face. But what I did want to acknowledge is that she is one of the girls who did a rebrand. And I think we see that a lot with people. But the two people that stuck out to me stood out to me. Seven Streeter. As we know, Seven Streeter is constantly doing rebrands and stuff like that, but it never really stuck. Where I think Muni Long did an amazing job at the rebrand. Funny thing is, me and Seven Streeter have the same birthday, July 7th. And her, who's also another Cancer, like me, did a rebrand. I can't remember the original name that her was out in, but I know she did a rebrand. And when she first came out, she was doing like the whole thing with the sunglasses to have some mystery. And that's why the name was her. And now, you know, she's winning. She's someone who has been successful with the rebrand like Muni Long has. So I will give them that, you know, sometimes the rebrand is necessary to kind of redirect and kind of see what sound works for you and what doesn't work for you. So I will say she has done an amazing job at that. All right, so let's get into her style. So as we can see, Muni Long style doesn't really have a definite direction. But what I did get from it, it seems like they're trying to put her in a Diana Ross 60s, like the Muses from Hercules type of vibe, very vintage territory. It seems like they're trying to take her, but then you see very modern looks from her too. So it's kind of a little all over the place, a little bit. And I think that she could use some more focus, if you will. So overall, with Muni Long's style, I think that she is trying to give too many nods to too many different eras in fashion. And listen, I get it. I understand it. Because I see, like I said, heavy, and her recent looks heavy, Diana Ross in the 60s influence, like Diana Ross and the Supremes type of influence. And then some of her looks, you see like that 90s R&B-esque type of feel. So I get it, because she seems like she's a person who has a true appreciation for the craft. And I would say it's refreshing compared to a lot of people who are coming into the industry who don't have a real passion for music. But I do think her style could be a lot more focused and have her in a more of a definite direction, especially because her fame is growing, you know, like, although I may not listen to her, I can acknowledge the fact that her fame is growing and she's becoming more in the spotlight, especially after the Mariah Carey tribute she just did. So I can acknowledge that. And I do think there's a lot of room for improvement in the beauty area as well when it comes to the makeup. I don't like how a lot of her makeup is focused on her nose job. And I think, and it's very heavy for her too, but I'll get into that later. I would say that I feel like a lot of Muni Long's style gives that she is in a bit of a struggle of who she used to be and a woman who she's desiring to be. And I think you can see that in her fashion. And I think it's like a little bit of an identity crisis, but not like in a traditional way, but more of like identity crisis is not the right word. Imposter syndrome is the right thing. You can kind of see that in her fashion, where it's like, I don't think it really has really clicked for her that she is who she said she is or who she has become. And I'm only saying that based off of, this is a rebrand. The first time she tried it, it didn't hit the way she wanted to hit. She took some time off and she came back and her career just blew up. I know probably beyond her imagination. And so I think you can still see in her style that kind of battle of the back and forth of Priscilla, the Priscilla persona, not her personal life, but the Priscilla persona as an artist in the Muni Long. I think you can still kind of see that struggle in her fashion. Now for her fashion, and I'll say here too, I would put Mary J Blige on Muni Long's mood board. I think Mary, 90s, early 2000s Mary would be perfect for her, because I see so many similarities in Mary's style versus what I think that Muni Long is trying to give off. I think it's not super over-sexualized. It's very fashionable, but it's also fashionable in the way of like playing with textures and leathers and furs and prints. It's exciting in a way that we don't really see anymore. And it just has that 90s R&B feel that I see Muni Long trying to give her style when she wears like her door knocking earrings and stuff like that. And I think that Mary J Blige is really like the epitome of a 90s R&B girl. And I think she has a true passion for it. I know we have our jokes about her recent concerts and stuff like that, but I don't think we see that passion anymore. And as I already acknowledged with Muni Long, I think she's one of the few people who you can tell is truly in the industry for the love of it. And I think that should come out in a person's fashion. And I think that Mary has given us look after look for decades at this point. And I just think it would just be perfect for Muni Long. Like, I just think it gives her such a range of, you know, what she can do depending on what sound she's trying to give, what type of feel, what type of event. And I don't know. I just feel like out of all the girls who be trying to give Mary, I think that Muni Long is one of the few who actually has some of the components to truly give this type of feel and persona. I don't know. And I also would like to see her in some hair color. Like, low-key, I feel like some of that black be washing her out a little bit. And I'm not necessarily saying she has to go, like, complete blonde, but I would love to see just some more fun with her hair. Now, for her hair, Faith Evans. I want Faith Evans on her mood board because Faith has such great hair for the 90s. And, again, it doesn't necessarily have to be blonde or red, but the layering, just, like, more natural, the pinup looks, you know, just that classic hood type of hair. I would love to see that on Muni Long because I actually enjoy the up looks that she does when I was doing some research, but I would love to see more versatility in her hair. Like I said, I want her in some color.
Especially because she's an R&B girly. Like, where is it at? Like, where is the fun? Where is the dimension? Like, the rap girls can't be the only ones that's having fun with their image. I want to see the R&B girls have more statement looks and signature looks. Like how Mary had that signature blonde hair, Faith had the signature red and blonde hair. Like, I want to see more of this, and I think this would be such great inspo for Muni Long, and will help her stand out even more and be more solidified as that R&B girly. Like, I need it. Like, I really want that for her. Like, we don't need to keep putting her in the traditional lace fronts that everybody else is doing, especially if she's trying to stand out and stand apart. So I definitely would love to see a lot more fun happening with her hair, especially layers. I'm a layers girly. I think that would be so dope on her, especially with like a cool pair of sunglasses or something like that. I think that would be so popping on her. I don't know why the girls aren't really doing it, or just like a mix of color, like a play on it. I don't know. I just have like a lot of ideas in my head, but I just think that Faith would be a great starting point for her. And again, I don't know why her team hasn't done it. And I think that Regina Hall should be on her mood board for makeup. I love Regina's makeup. Regina makeup highlights such her natural beauty, and I would love to see that with Muni Long. I want it to be a lot less makeup on Muni Long, and I do not want the focus to keep being on her nose, because she has so many other beautiful features on her face as well. I would love to see her play her eyes up a lot more. I want the extreme highlight gone, and I just want softer glam on her. Because like I said, I think she's pretty, but I think the harsh makeup makes her features look a lot more sharp and harder than what they actually are. And I think Regina Hall team does a great job at softening features and just enhancing what's already there. And I think that's the type of glam I would love to see on Muni Long, especially because I want her image to go in the 90s R&B-esque type of feel.
Okay, so that is how I would style Muni Long if she were my client. If you guys agree or disagree with what I said, you can leave it in the comments. Let me know who you guys would style her as instead if you don't agree with what I said. If you guys have any requests, you can put them in the comments as well. I do want to acknowledge something. I do see the comments when people ask me to do Beyonce, Rihanna, Mariah Carey. I got a Nicki Minaj request. And I want to tell you guys what the caveat is with that. A lot of the people that I do are in early stages of their career or kind of middle or just in a fashion crisis. Those type of artists that I named in the list that you guys requested are people who already have their style established. I'll even put Doechii in that category because although she's newer, and Young Miami, I'm going to put her in that category too. I think those are people who had a good understanding of who should be on their mood board and kind of directed their image for that. So I'm going to come up with something to discuss them, but it won't be in this same format because this same format would not make sense for them. Maybe like a fashion overview and just giving my opinion and the tweaks I think they can make and just probably like a history of their fashion. I think that may work, like a history of the fashion of those artists that you guys named. Because I think somebody said Mariah Carey, so I can't remember if I named her. So I'm going to work on something. We're going to have a few episodes that's more structured like that. But this format just simply would not make sense for them. But outside of that, if you guys would like to book me for styling services, you can visit my website, www.ashleelia.com. Through there, you can send me an email with an inquiry about the services and things like that. If you guys want to follow me on social media, you can follow me at Ashley2_Aaliyah, and that is on TikTok and Instagram. Okay, see you guys next episode.